We have done pregnancy and lactation. Now comes children, adolescents, adolescent male, adolescent boy, and adolescent girl. And then comes menopause, elderly male. Correct? So we start with children now. But to create a spice, we should do adolescent first. Okay, everyone is like first children. Okay, I will children first. Before children, you are forgetting the infant. So the winning child, right? So we have overlapped just last time, but still we'll do it. Those who want a good interaction, please start your videos. At the when the child is 6 months, it is recommended to wean off the child, start the weaning process. Weaning means reducing the breast milk and adding the top food. So why you need to add? Because the nutrition from the breast milk is not sufficient for the child to grow further. It was sufficient till the age of 6 months, and nothing else was required, including water also was not required. So now 6 months onwards, you need something else. What is that top up? What is a target? We'll take both. Okay. Veg, non-veg, what do you start, what do you do? It depends on your family food. It depends on your family thali. You can do both. By the time the child reaches 12 months, the child must be eating everything on the table which an adult is eating in the family. End of story. Right? Now there is a problem. The problem is that the child doesn't have the food taste. So have you tried something new when you go to some other country or maybe city, a new fruit, a new food dish? You don't like it, but others are relishing it because you are not developed the taste for it. So same is for the child. So child has not developed taste anything other than the breast milk. So you will need your number one role is to introduce things with the objective that the child will develop taste. Anything you give the child first time, the child will refuse, will not like, will make faces. It is expected. So what do? Simple. Whenever the child is crying, whenever the child demands for food, the first item you will introduce is what you want to introduce. The first item you will make the child taste. Okay. It may be dal rice, it may be simply rice, it may be chawal rice, sabji rice, or it may be banana smash, it may be fruit custard, whatever you want. So it has to be first thing. Because the child is hungry, the child will ignore the taste and will try to satisfy the hunger. That will be the child's number one priority. You utilize that. So you try to feed up. The child will make faces, will say no, and all those natak and all. So there is no point. You give it. That is the thing. You have to eat it. This is the only food available. What you do? You stay hungry or you eat. Child will eat. Now slowly there are some food items when the child will develop taste very fast. Child will start liking it. There are some food items the child will not like it or may take time. So what mothers and parents they say and mother-in-laws, he doesn't like that, she doesn't like that, don't give it. No, he has to like it. He has to develop the taste for this food item. I'm going to continue my experiment. So every time the child wants, I will taste this, give the taste of this food. 3 spoons, 4 spoons, 5 spoons. And now, then 5th spoon maybe, whichever the child has already developed the taste. Now you are going to ask, sir, what about protein powder? Yeah, that is a common question. Not required. Okay. So protein powder, the content you have to read. Each 100 gram contains this, and this is a diet RDA percentage. You are not giving 100 gram per day. You are not giving 100 gram per portion. That is useless. Okay. That's what all the low companies they do that marketing tactic. So don't fall for that. The protein powder is needed when the child is ill or not accepting any food other than the milk. Because the milk is not satisfactory in terms of nutrition, you are going to add something. That something is the protein powder. Okay. Other than that, for a routine wean off process, protein powder is not the recommended thing. All pediatric associations say that protein powder is not recommended. Okay. So don't tell your clients to waste their money on protein powder unless you are earning money out of it. Then you can definitely tell mix in the water if you cannot afford the milk. That also you can do. Whatever the food you want to introduce, whatever the seasonal fruits items available, whatever you are cooking daily, you are going to introduce that to the child. Okay. It doesn't matter non-veg, veg, whatever is your family thali, you will introduce. It doesn't matter chili, non-chili, spicy, it doesn't matter. Obviously, if your personal thali is very spicy, you will reduce the spice level for the child. Okay. But if your objective is that child should, when the child grows up, the child should also eat the same spice food as you, so you don't need to make another separate food for the child. Then by the time child reaches 1 year, you should start having the same level of the spices and chilies in the food. You will increase it gradually. Okay. Now, what is the right time to start cow's milk? So this is the time you can start cow's milk. Okay. Now, cow's milk, why you will start is, it is to replace the mother's milk. So immediately at the 6 months, you are not replacing mother milk completely. Giving prolonged mother's milk, it has a benefit, lot of benefit for the child in terms of immunity, in terms of preventing autoimmune diseases, and in terms of mother to prevent the breast cancer and to shed her excess fats. That's the best advantage. But now mothers are working, so they want to wean off as early as possible. Right? That is acceptable and respectable. So that's when you add cow's milk. That's why you will add cow's milk early in that set. In that case, 6 months, 7 months. Otherwise, the cow's milk will be added for making some food items like banana smash or fruit custard or whatever food item you want to make out of milk. That will be the thing. Or maybe dissolving the protein powder, Cerelac powder or children powder, infant powders. Again, the infant powder is to be used only when the child is refusing other food. And child is child, it is supposed to refuse other food. It doesn't mean that the child does not like this and you shift to something else. No, the rule is you have to try one food item for 7 days. Then the child will start liking it. Okay? Even if it is Karela, the child will start liking it. So if you are the one who is not liking your Karela, then you try it for 7 days. Whenever you are hungry, eat one Karela piece, cooked obviously, and then you start liking it. I personally like Karela. Okay, it has never tasted bitter to me because probably I like that taste, whatever it is. Okay. Another question will come is that salt, sugar, there is no restriction for that. Yeah, so I have seen some clients who say that if I give excess sugar to my child, the child will develop diabetes. She does not know, and the mother is like excess fat, like a buffalo, and she is thinking not to give sugar to the child, and the child is like very thin and lean. So the child is malnourished, ma'am. Actually, you need to increase your carbohydrate, proteins, and fats, and everything, and give ice cream and everything to the child, whatever child is asking. So don't worry about developing diabetes because diabetes does not develop by eating sugar. Yeah. Someone who is diabetic, they have cravings for sugar. Okay. Oh, sir, my child has the craving for sugar. I don't know how to explain you. This child does not have diabetes. This child is a child. That's why it is having craving for sugar. And because the child is malnourished, that is why the child is having craving for sugar. What is the problem with the sugar is only one. That it can cause worms when you touch your hands to the sugar. Either your mother or the child or anyone touches your sugar and put it in the milk, touches the sugar and put it in the tea. How many of you have this method? At least someone else is doing at your house, right? always use the spoon. Never ever your sugar should be touched. Sir, we are buying the sugar from the market. These outside people, they are touching it. Yeah. So there are sugar brands available in the market now which are written non-touched by human hand. Yeah, I would prefer that sugar. Even if it costs 4 rupees more. And that's the only price difference, 4 rupees. Not huge. Okay. I will never ever allow any mother-in-law or anyone to open the dabba and no. You are not allowed to enter the kitchen. If you want to enter the kitchen, you have to use the spoon. Always train your child and yourself whenever you are feeding the sugar, any sweets or dessert or cake, use the spoon. Do not touch the cake. Why? Why I always emphasize do not touch your fingers to the sugar or sweet. I mean. Okay. So I was testing whether you are awake. You are touching your hands at multiple places and they get dirty. Child can touch any place and it has got dirty now. And there are some egg particles, the worms, eggs in the dirt, in the earth, under the shoes, under the sleepers. Yeah, children eat that. Yeah, and or you are cleaning the child and not washing your hands properly. All those things. So these eggs get activated when you touch the sugar. So when the sugar comes in contact with these eggs get activated. When you eat it, now these eggs are resistant. Some will die because of acid, but some will escape. So whatever will escape go into the intestine, get into the larva, grow in size. Then there is a cycle. It goes to the lungs actually, and then that's why the child will have itchy nose, and then larva will go in the lungs. The child will have cough, yeah, and you will think it is asthma. The child will have itchy nose, and the adults worms they grow in the intestine. Adult worms, okay. Now because they grow in the intestine, they will take up more of the nutrition, right? All the micronutrients, vitamin, minerals, everything, yeah. Sometimes carbohydrates also, and because of this, the child will have malnourishment. Okay. The number one symptoms which the child will show is stunted height or less weight, underweight, and clear-cut malnourishment. Then the second will be if there are a lot of adults, I mean adult worms inside the intestine of the child will have patchy face, patchiness on the face. Have you seen some children in the school? They have white patches. Have you seen? You can make out what hideous mother is this. She is not taking care of the child. Yeah, the child is a child. Child is going to behave like a child, but the mother is not taking proper care. Now, what you need is you need deworming. So deworming is not for the child; it is for the whole family. If maid comes to you, the maid family also needs to be dewormed, and that deworming has to be done every 6 months. Okay, so the dose is tablet Zentil is very bad test. Yeah, syrup Zentil palatable at least. Yeah, syrup Zentil and one bottle, small bottle, whatever 5 ml, 10 ml. Drink it after the meal, night meal. Okay, after the dinner, and it should be preferably Saturday, so that Sunday the child doesn't have to go to school because the child may have frequent motions now. And you do it today, then you do it after 1 week. This is one dose technically, okay, and then you repeat it every 6 months or 1 year, right? And you need to follow the precautions. You cannot say that yeah, I'm giving Zentil, so I will not follow precautions. You will need to follow precautions. Proper hand hygiene for the child as well as you, nail cuts, and do not touch the sugar. Train the child not to touch the sweets. If the child is tempted to eat the sugar with the hand, tell the child don't eat beta with the hand, beti. So I will give you the spoon. Yeah, as soon as I said beta, people are like, and then when I said beti, yeah, thank God. Don't forget I have the beti at home, and I prefer betis. Betis are better, you know. When you are talking of winning of the food, betas are so horrible and difficult, right? All the boys you will find that they are so tough. Yeah, boys watching. Oh, sorry, beta. But you troubled your mother so much. Yeah, Pranoti is troubled. She called me that day and told me that you troubled her so much. Yeah. So all the boys, they trouble their mother so much for eating any food, and the girls are like, quiet. You give them mobile, they are like, they will watch some dolls or Barbie or something, and Elsa, and they will keep on eating whatever you feed them. Yeah. And in my experience, this has happened with the girls. Yeah. And that's the best part. So winning for the girls is very easy. Make the child sit on a particular table while you are feeding the child. Do not allow the child to roam on the floor or run away or anywhere. No. So there are mothers I have seen who say that I am always running behind the child. Yeah, why you are running behind the child? Because you are not putting the child in one place. Put the child in one place, put some shackles, chains, and all those things. If you cannot afford the iron chains, buy the gold chains and swipe your husband's card. Earn so much money that you can buy the gold chain for your child to shackle and put it on the street and then feed your child. Yeah. And this is a good tool. So I'm not going to be idealistic and say that do not use the mobile for while feeding your child. No, this is a good tool. You can feed your child anything and everything by using this great tool. Okay. So now the child is going to get habituated with that. That every time child is eating the food, they will need to watch this. I don't see any problem in that actually. Yeah, this is a world we are living in. I'm absolutely okay with that. If you are idealistic mother, you can find your own way and tell me also, what is the way to make the child sit and eat. I'll tell you one story. So this is a real story. My daughter was saying, Papa, I don't like parval. I was like, hey, but you used to love parval. You used to tell me every day, almost every day. I used to ask you, what do you want? So she used to say, Papa, you cook parval. I like parval. And I used to do that every day and I did it for multiple months actually. And now suddenly you are saying parval you don't like. Huh? She was like, yeah, आप लोगों को क्या है? When I was a child, you used to give me this phone and make me eat anything and everything which I didn't like. I was like, what you are saying? You used to tell me you want परवल. No बोले वो बच्चे को क्या है मोबाइल दे दो हाथ में जो ठूसना है ठूसते रहो बोले आप लोग ऐसे करते थे मेरे साथ. I was like ठीक है अच्छा अभी what do you like now? Pizza. Okay ठीक है I'll cook pizza for you. Yeah. So yeah, those children who are listening, if your mother says no to your pizza, she is a bad mother. So tell her, very wrong mother. Yeah. So always it is mother's duty, father's duty. Whenever the child asks for pizza, give the child pizza, and preferably make the pizza at home, because when you make it at home, the cost is less and the taste is awesome. Yeah. Today, yes, pizza. Yes, order, place your order. Domino's, Pizza Hut, both are good. Whichever you like, depend on the mother's income actually. So don't worry about the child getting cholesterol, heart attack, getting fat, obese, diabetes. Don't worry. Yeah, the child is like, Mama, you always tell me like this, huh? Make me afraid. No, she's just trying to save her money and trying to avoid you, not for your health, my dear, for just for saving money. Or maybe she's lazy enough that she doesn't want to cook pizza. That's why. Daily cooking rice and sabji, something like that. Yeah, she's doing it. Okay, you can write in the chat then. So don't worry about the child, especially when you're at the winning stage, until the child gets to the adolescent age. Don't worry about what they eat, how they eat, whether they are eating healthy and all. So don't be so idealistic, mother. Now, obviously, you will take some precautions, okay, like stall food items. You don't want your child to eat some pani puri or some samosa at a stall, because that may be contaminated. Okay, so it's better to cook it at or make it at home. You can buy the pani puri packets and make pani at home, right? You can make samosa at home, or if you want, you should go to a better restaurant. That is something you will teach. Now, when you go to some mall and child asks for French fries and you say, no, it is harmful for you. Actually, Amma, old lady, fat lady, it is harmful for you, not for me. I'm a child. I'm going to eat it. Yeah, so you better eat it, let the child eat it. So burger absolutely safe and healthy for children, pizza, fries, everything and anything. Okay, don't worry so much. And yes, the child is completely spoiled now. So next time your mother is saying refusing me, just refusing you, drop me a WhatsApp or show her this video. Now, especially when the winning is happening, you do not worry about anything. So the question about salt and sugar, can I give? Yes, you can. Okay. We should come back to the topic again. Yeah. So more of. So I have done the sufficient gaslighting for you to have daily Mahabharats at your house. Now, what are the items which you want to? Okay, when we are talking of this stall food and all, I will add this important note here. I will repeat it in the adolescent also. That now it is said that traditionally, or some traditional families, they say that for girls you want to avoid young girls, you want to avoid garlic and some spicy foods and all those things, so that they believe that it can cause early menstruation. Whatever is the family tradition, you follow it. Okay, we are not going to argue whether it is scientific basis or not. Okay, important is that to prevent the infection occurring because of outside food, so go to a better restaurant, but you must go to a restaurant. And or if you don't want to go to restaurant, cook something good for your child. That is important. So now what you will need to increase for the coming back to weaning, 6 months, 7 months, you will need to increase. So you are replacing breast milk with other food items. So as of now, mother is continuing the milk. We are assuming. If the mother is working and she has to stop the milk for some reason, then you will need to replace with the cow's milk. Otherwise, mother's milk plus other food items you will introduce. Okay. Now in this other food item, there can be cow milk. Absolutely okay. By the time the child has reached 6 months, the child has developed sufficient barrier in the gastrointestinal tract that will less likely cause autoimmune disease in the future. The autoimmune disease happening because of cow's milk. So you don't need to worry. You can start safe, absolutely safe. You will need to increase your calories for the child, protein, fats, iron, calcium, zinc. All the vitamins, most of the vitamins, they are covered within the breast milk plus the cow's milk, and if you can add egg, that is best. Okay, so egg and the milk, egg and cow's milk, they will constitute wholesome food actually for the child's growth. So it will cover sufficient micronutrients plus all the amino acids will be covered. If you are vegetarian, then the milk, rice and dal. So now many people have the habit to make diluted dal and take this much dal and take this much rice. No, it has to be equal quantity. So since the childhood, make the habit of having equal quantity of dal and rice. In some village areas or probably in cities also, some family, they have late weaning. So weaning starts 9 months or 12 months. So is it a good idea, bad idea? Good for the mother, bad for the child, right? Good for the mother because she is losing her fat and she is reducing her risk of breast cancer. But bad for the child because the child needs additional nutrition now. Okay. So the best weaning, they have done a lot of research on this and have identified the best age for the weaning is at the end of 6 months, at the start of 7 months, so that it reduces infection, it prevents malnutrition, it promotes digestive capacity of the food items which you will need to eat as an adult. Those bacteria will grow, microbial flora will grow, food tolerance will increase and your overall growth will improve. Okay. Now what will be the target? Okay, target in terms of nutrition we will take 6 to 8 months child. So you will complement breastfeeding with iron rich food. Okay. Whatever is iron rich food available at your house, there is a list given in the book, you will get it. Okay. Now 9 to 11 months, you want to build the By this time you reach 9 month, means 7, 8, 9. So approximately 2 months are done. You want to have a rhythm. By the time you are about to finish 9 month or start of 9 month, you need to have a rhythm. Whenever the child is asking for food, the child is crying, the first thing will be tough food. Okay. Then the breast milk. By the time ideally the child comes 9 months or so, or 12 months, the breast milk will be completely stopped. Okay. If the mother is working or mother has some issues, then she will stop breast milk at 6 months also. So 9 to 11 months, the target will be that there is to be feeding rhythm, and now the self feeding has initiated by the end of 11 months. Okay. So you have trained the child that to eat certain things, right? Cereals with uh, cornflakes with milk, or drink the milk, drink the water. Fruits are cut, eat the fruits. Some smashed banana is there, eat that. Rice and dal is there, eat it. Okay. This will develop not only the digestive but also eye-hand coordination. This will also help develop the child uh, nervous system will develop. Okay. 12 months onward. So by the end, the child celebrates, by the time the child celebrates first birthday, child should be eating everything and anything on the table, the family thali. That will be the target. That's a huge target. But what do you eat normally? Dal rice, that is a something, huh, that is something which you are starting at the beginning as a winning food. Then roti sabji, or roti smash with dal, or roti smash with dal bhaji, or roti smash with some bhaji. Now some mothers will ask, sir, which dal? They are very careful, huh? So, sir, which dal to introduce? So moong dal is the easiest to digest. Then comes tuar dal, then comes chana dal. Chana dal is very tough and difficult to digest. Okay. So besan you should reduce. Chana dal you will reduce. Okay. Unless you are making puran poi. So, but it doesn't mean you should not give besan. You should give. Okay. Now some mothers will ask, sir, can I give this curd, buttermilk? Yes, you can. The time when the child is not having cough. Sir, what if I give sour things and the child develops infection, the cold cough? No. So you need to educate the mother. The child will develop the infection. Child will develop cold and cough because of the infection, not because of the sour fruits. And you should give fresh curd. Okay, fresh buttermilk. Now, again coming back to the dal sequence: moong dal, tuar dal, chana dal. Okay, urad dal will also come equal to tuar dal. Moong, urad and tuar, and then chana. Okay, below this you should not go for the child. There are some communities who eat uh, that orange colored dal. What is that called? I will come back. I will check it. It causes actually paralysis in children. So be careful. Masoor, correct. Very good. So you should avoid that for children. There are some communities who staple dal is masoor dal. So if you see those, you have to tell them that you will not feed your child with masoor dal because it can cause neurological problems for the child. Food items to introduce. So there is a list for veg as well as non-veg, 6 to 8 months. I have divided the winning into three parts: 6 to 8 months, 9 to 11 months, and 12 months onwards. 6 to 8 months will be you want to add the grains, rice water, yeah. So moong dal soup and suji, okay. Vegetables, all the vegetables technically you can except, and obviously you will need to boil it. But when you are boiling the vegetable, don't boil it in the water. So give it a steam actually, right? Put it in a utensil, and that utensil will be placed in the cooker. So they are boiled with the, or they are softened with the steam. The water is not touching it actually. The benefit is, you will not lose nutrition. Okay. Then to add the taste, you can add Amul garlic butter or Amul butter, and then smash it and then feed the child. Yeah. Before you feed the child, you should also try the taste, so that you understand what poison you are giving to your child. So that the child, when grows up, they don't argue you like this. You what is this? You used to make me watch the mobile and used to feed me anything and everything. Yeah. So you should, and then salt. Do not forget the salt. Salt will add the taste. Vegetables, and if you want to add some, uh, okay, we'll come to the spices later. Fruits, again, all the soft fruits and smashed. Now there is a recommendation for the steamed versus non-steamed. Doesn't matter about the fruits, okay, because most of the fruits are soft and you can smash it easily and feed it to the child. Okay. Proteins. So from where you will get moong dal and curd. Okay. Surprisingly, many children, they like this curd and all those. So the food items which a mother is afraid of, the children are going to like it so much. Then 9 to 11 months. Again, the grains. You will now. Earlier, you started with rice water and moong dal soup and suji, right? Now, 9 to 11 months, you will add khichdi now, frank khichdi. Okay, moong dal rice khichdi. In this, you may add some vegetables, and you make a soup of it. Okay, you can fry it as you are frying something for your for an adult. Okay, to bring some taste. So when you are frying it, you can put all those things, your onion, garlic, tomato, ginger, all those things. Little bit pinch of spices. This is the time you are adding the spice. Okay. My favorite and the best South Indian food. Yeah, 9 to 11 months. Idli, dosa, dokla. For me, it is a South Indian. Yeah, because the batter is same at our house, at least at our home. Um, Uttapam and all those things. Yeah. In vegetables, you add all the vegetables, whatever you like, and tomato, cucumber, potato, all those. Uh, Initially, you will try to avoid brinjal and some food which can cause itchiness or may cause diarrhea in children. Okay, so brinjal is known for that. In the fruits, again, anything and everything, whichever is available in the market and whichever you can manage. Proteins. Proteins will come from curd, milk, egg, paneer. Then by the time the child reaches 12 months, the child is eating all the food, including chapati, dal, rice, sabji, roti. And if you're non-vegetarian, the child is also eating non-vegetarian food. At the table, same family thali, the child is eating. So the key for winning is to start one food at a time. You start a food and try it for minimum 5 spoons or 5 attempts, and then the food whichever the child likes, maybe a milk or something else, and you do it for at least uh, minimum of 5 days. The recommendation is 7 days. If you do it for 7 days, 8 days, the child will develop the taste and like it. Do not mix, do not confuse the child. For example, if you are starting with the rice water, then daily it has to be rice water. Every time the child is crying, it has to be rice water first. Yeah. Now you have developed the taste for rice water. Okay, my dear. So I will take it out and add moong dal soup. First moong dal soup, 7 days. Now 5 attempts, 5 spoons. Now you are still refusing. Okay, or at least you are drank something, right? Now I will fill your stomach with rice water or smashed rice. Okay, and then obviously I'm going to add milk also. Okay, so you try it with one atom at a time. The most important part is the hand hygiene. Okay, if you are mother-in-law, if you are old mother, if you are someone at, yeah, both are old actually, mother-in-law as well as mother, and one of them is crazy, one of them is loving and sweet, but both are very potential for giving the child infection. They are not going to wash their hands. So the protocol is, you have to wash your hands with the soap, and not this part only, but the fingertips, the nails and the thumb thoroughly. Okay, 30-second wash is a recommended wash. You're not doing it. Okay, and two times. Yeah, so one time 30 seconds, then another time 30 seconds, 1 minute. अभी तक तो मेरा खाना बन जाता था. So that's why you should avoid letting other people feed your child or make food for your child. You should make for yourself. You can ask your husband if you have that. If you are that lucky, that husband knows how to cook. Every time you are feeding the baby should be sitting upright. Okay, try to make the baby sit. Lying down posture, the child is lying on the lap and the mother is feeding, very risky. Don't do that. Okay, so 6 months a child can sit supported. Okay, absolutely okay. Do not let the child run away here there, and don't run behind the child. Okay, tie the child on the chair and then feed the child. You will try to take it slowly. The objective will be by the time you finish 9 months, you have developed some routine for the food. Okay, 11 month the child is self-feeding, right? But uh, before that it is on demand whenever the child cries. Okay, plus some schedule you are trying to introduce. Okay, at particular times. Now, there are going to be some questions about the breast milk. Okay, when should I stop? The question is, when do you want to stop? Okay, are you a working woman or you have some other things to take care of something else? Okay, recommendation is to continue the breast feeding as long as you can up to the age of 2 years. Yeah, because it has awesome benefit. You will lose your excess fats, and it will reduce the risk of breast cancer for you. So the risk of breast cancer increases in someone who has breastfed less, and it increases tremendously in someone who doesn't have child. So, minor things to tell to the young mothers, that whenever you are feeding the child, you test the temperature of the food. Yeah, and the first spoon you can eat actually. So you know the temperature, you know the taste, you know whether the salt is there, the sugar is there, and what poison you are feeding, you know the child. I mean, yeah, you understood. Initially, you will introduce with the soft mashed food. Before that, you will introduce with the liquid food. Okay. Uh, Now there is a controversial topic about honey. So it's not controversial for science; it's controversial for families. Now most of the families, they are like, no, honey is the best sweet, honey is the best sugar. Yeah, no, my dear. So honey has one problem. It has one bacteria which is very harmful for the child. Okay, so, and probably they don't know how the honey is made. Yeah, honey is a regurgitation of the bee, and in that process, they have certain bacteria uh, which is close to botulinum. Yeah, and it creates one toxin that can cause paralysis for the child, or maybe sometimes life-threatening. Okay, so now the mother-in-law will say that, yeah, we have been feeding the honey to every child, nothing has happened. Yeah, nowadays the children are delicate, and nowadays the honey may not be so poor. pure as it used to be in your old days, and nowadays it may be more contaminated. Okay, so the recommendation is do not give honey until the child is 1 year. Okay, you will put salt and sugar. Okay, uh, now the bottle feed. Okay, so another controversial topic is about bottle feeding, right? Bottle feed versus spoon and cutlery. So WHO recommends spoon and cutlery. Okay, the reason is less infection. Okay, and the child doesn't get confused. So the mechanism of suckling at the breast and um bottle feeding is both different. This mechanism is different for the child. So the child gets confused now if both of them are simultaneously going. Okay. Bottle feed is reserved typically for the child who is not able to eat with the spoon and cutlery. Mother does not have the patience, and mother is not available, or caretaker is there because she will not take care so much. Okay. Or the child is so young, now spoon and cutlery may not work. Mother is not able to breastfeed, so the substitute is this. But there is a serious problem. Once before the age of 6 months, you introduce the bottle. The sucking mechanism at the bottle is different for the child. Now, when you introduce the child again back to the breast, that is tough for the child because the child has to unlearn this bottle and start a new mechanism. Okay, so you will avoid the bottle feed to the child, and WHO says that you should never ever buy bottle at all. You do not need. There are some mother who are like for water they give a bottle with the nipple to the child, and the child is like roaming with the bottle in the mouth and doing and falling it. Nipple is contaminated, the rat is sucking, and the cockroach is also drinking through the same. Have you seen that? Yeah, you are done with your own child. I understand. No, okay. You say no at least. This part they will not remember. Huh. For the milk, the bottle has a lot of problems. Number one, you need to sterilize the bottle. It is not a holy dip in the boiling water. No. So many mothers I have seen like they warm the water and dip one time and take it out, or boil the water and dip. No, the water must come to the boiling point. After it has come to the boiling point, keep the gas on and put the water bottle and the nipple inside this boiling water for 20 minutes. That much patience you need to have. It is in this 20 minutes you could have fed the child with the spoon and the cutlery, right? So that is very tough, Baba. Bottle sterilization. Number two, then what you do? The bottle nipple is blocked. You pinch it. Contaminated na. You created the infection, right? So mothers do not understand this, Baba. Okay, that is a serious problem. So you have to wash your hands like you are doing some surgery. You have to sterilize this bottle like you are putting some implant, and then you have to prepare your milk as a surgical procedure, non-touch method, and then feed it to the child. But easier and less time consuming would be spoon and cutlery. In my experience, I have experienced this. Spoon and cutlery is much better. WHO also recommends this. Okay, and so do not forget, in India, the major cause of death is diarrhea. Then the second major cause of death is pneumonia. Okay, so this diarrhea, your bottle is the major significant factor. Okay, and if you are giving the child bottle, so repeatedly the child will have diarrhea. That diarrhea may be at a level where it is not frank diarrhea, but the child has malnourishment because of worm infestation or some bacterial infection or viral infection or something. Okay, you don't want that. The best is spoon cutlery. Now there are some South Indian mothers, they are like, sir, can I feed it by my hand? Yes, Amma, you can feed it by your hand, but don't forget to wash your hands. Don't forget to cut your nails. Okay, anyways, you are cooking the food with your hand only, na? It is okay to feed it with your hand then. Don't let your mother-in-law feed because she will never ever wash her hand. She will say, I washed my hand yesterday only. Yeah? So don't let her feed. Yeah? And she will not take Zentil also, deworming also. I don't know why all mother-in-laws are like this. If you experience the same, blink your eyes. More you blink, more you have trouble. Okay, now mother may ask the first question, the first feed of the child. Child wakes up and cries. So that is expected to be the breast feed because the child is also expecting and it is difficult, maybe difficult for you to manage something. Okay, but don't feed the child completely. Okay, it is just to calm the child and then you have to give the top feed because the objective is to wean off. Remember, the child has no intention to wean off, and that's very tough. Then you will try to make a schedule by the end of 9 months. You will reach the schedule where the morning breakfast after the first milk is the breakfast also is there along with the family members, and then around 11, then 1 p.m., then evening snacks, then dinner. Okay. Questions anyone has about weaning? Now, some parent, like especially it happens in village where they don't, where they cook, or some parents still they cook rice without cooker. So the water is remaining. That water remaining is very rich. If the child is 6 months, then feed this water, rice water. If the child is 7 months or 6.5 months, in the same water you smash the rice. Okay. The taste is also awesome. Huh? Obviously, you need to add salt. Okay, Madhumita is asking what is the right food for the child where the child is having fever or any other infection. So the food does not changes for the fever or the infection. The problem with fever and infection is that it comes with cold and cough and the child nose is blocked, the child is not sucking properly, the child is not eating properly, the taste is lost. Correct? Or if it is a staph infection, the child will have sore throat. Correct? Then you will need to give the child whatever the child likes. Yeah, pizza, burger, Domino's, all those things. Maybe. So yeah, but the child is less than 1 year. They don't know these names as of now. Then you will need to give some Cerelac powder. Yeah, some powder with the milk. You will need to feed the child. Plus, you will need to increase the breastfeed this time. That's the best solution. Plus you will try to add those things whatever the child likes because whenever the child has fever the child will be irritable, the child will refuse the food, child will be difficult to manage, the taste is gone, maybe sore throat, right? You give the child what they like. So at the weaning stage what they like is the that powder, yeah? Child formula. Madhumita is asking another question. Food for the babies who got eczema. Okay, eczema means the skin condition where they have scaling of the skin and all. So see, the scaling of skin can be few reasons. One of the common reason is fungal infection. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, so now fungal infection can be prevented, and there is no recommended separate food for that. Okay. And so you will need to visit your doctor and ask the medicines for that. And another can be there are some children who have little dry skin. Okay, so you put proper olive oil and all those things. Yeah, make them chopper pura aise, right? Put dip them in the oil. Bhavana is asking, can a mother breastfeed her child when she is suffering from fever infection? This is cute question and a realistic question. Okay, so yes, you can, because the infection is not transmitted to the breast. Okay, now, so what about antibiotic? I'm taking antibiotic. Yes, the dose of antibiotic which is transmitted through the milk is very minimum. And whenever you tell the doctor that you are breastfeeding, your doctor will not give the antibiotic which is harmful for the child. So don't worry, right? Because the benefit of continuing the breast milk even when the mother is on antibiotic or she is ill is more as compared to the side effects when you are stopping the breast milk for some time. We come to children. Before we go to children, any questions, please? Please ask. Age of starting non-veg food. Wish to start egg first or chicken first? Hen or the egg first? So by the time, see, first 6 and 7 month, what are you doing? You are giving liquid, smashed, and all those, right? By the time the child comes 8 month, you can give smashed egg or maybe omelette or something, right? The child will develop the taste, right? Now coming to the non-veg, you can start the chicken soup, whichever soup you make, from 6 month itself, because it is a soup, right? For a vegetarian, it is a rice soup. For you, it is a chicken soup. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Now, by the time the child reaches 10 months, you can potentially introduce the egg, omelets, fish, chicken, whatever you want. Okay. Initially, the child may not like the smell, may not like the taste. Absolutely okay. Okay. They will may develop it slowly. If it is important for you, that they should start non-veg, or you can wait few, like after 1 year you can start. So if you ask, the correct question is, can I introduce chicken soup 6 month, 7 month? Answer is yes. For those who are vegetarian, we are not here to discuss the topic veg versus non-veg. What did I say? For those who are vegetarian, you can introduce non-veg. What? No. For those who are non-vegetarian, you can introduce chicken soup at the 6 month, 7 month. No problem. You should ask the child, beta you want, beti you want. The child says yeah, yeah. Before starting the children, any questions? Eggs you can start from 7 month. Okay. So I tell you, those who have read much more. So where is the sphere coming from? So egg is rich in proteins. Now these proteins, people are like afraid. Oh, artificial protein, this protein. So will it cause autoimmune condition in future? No, because the gastrointestinal barrier has developed sufficiently. Don't forget that you are giving the cow's milk also, right? That itself is an artificial protein. So you can safely give. But if as a mother giving non-veg early is causing you anxiety, then postpone it. There is no mandate to give non-veg. Yeah, there is no worry. Questions? Anyone else? I need a break for 5 minutes. Then we restart. Okay. Then we start children. Okay. After 5 minutes break. 5 minutes? Yeah, 5 minutes. Huh? Lactose intolerance. So lactose intolerance means in the milk there is a sugar, there is a carbohydrate called lactose. In the body there is an enzyme which is called lactase. It breaks this lactose sugar into smaller sugars. Now this lactase is deficient. That is a problem. Now this deficiency can be 10% or it can be 100%. So after drinking milk or milk products, you have bloating. You don't feel okay. You have gases or you have something else. That is lactose sensitivity. Lactose intolerance per se will be that full-fledged. Your lactase is so less that you cannot process lactose, and this lactose is causing you lot of things. Okay. So the good part about lactose is that intolerance is that it doesn't or very rarely causes some systemic problem. Okay, so you don't need to worry. Like for people with groundnut allergy, they may develop rash on the body, they may develop congestion in the larynx, their respiration may stop, they may die. Thankfully, it doesn't happen with lactose intolerance. Okay? Same with the gluten sensitivity. In gluten, at least, some people there have been reports of urticaria-like wheals, okay, round patches. But in lactose, it is more about restricted to gastrointestinal symptoms. Okay. Now, the solution, the best, directly coming to the solution, the best part is that if you, one, you can avoid milk. If you must have milk, then go for lactose free milk. Lactose free cow's milk is available. Amul sells it and it is a low cost. Don't tell your kind to go for soya milk or almond milk or camel milk or some milk. Yeah, good. Not good idea because uh, this soya milk is one time, two times is okay. You may not like it every time. And almond milk, there is a lot of restriction, including the cost. Okay. The another milk that you can make your food preparation is coconut milk. Good idea. Yeah. Low cost, sufficient cost, good taste, enriches the flavor. And most of the food items which you want to make with milk, you can make it with your coconut milk. So that I like it. Otherwise, if you want to drink coffee and all other things, lactose free milk is the best option. 25 rupees packet, very good, worth it. You can carry it when you travel. So, okay. Just a second. Huh? Barkha is praying, ki, sir, please come back. If your utensils are scrubbed, and dishes are washed and clothes are washed, food is cooked. Yeah, this call was not for this. I do it often out of fun, just for relaxation. Madhumita is asking, lactose-free milk have certain health benefit, same health benefit like regular one. I think yeah, maybe I'm not sure. So, uh, uh, so the Tetra pack of Amul milk, it has some components, okay, and some of the components have been destroyed while processing it. I'm assuming that the same component are there in the lactose-free Amul milk. Now, the best part of this best part of the lactose-free milk is the taste actually, right? If you want the milk taste, then there is no substitute than lactose-free milk. Now, it is at least better than soya milk, which you cannot make many of the things out of it, okay, except drinking it. And health benefit is again question mark. Yeah, and except that whatever they claim, but it is not a substitute for milk, right? Then almond milk cannot be substitute for milk. Number one is huge cost. Number two, taste is completely different. Number three, you cannot make anything out of it. And number four, it is not cows. So my lactose-free milk at least comes from cow. Yeah. So I'm assuming it gives the same health benefit. Now, the another way to ask this question, which Madhumita is asking, is milk necessary for my nutrition? Correct. That is a question you are technically, right? So if you are lactose intolerant, then you will need to find some other source of the same things, right? So where you can find it? Protein, vitamin A, B, C, D, and B complex, where you will find it. So you see the list of food sources which are high in this. If you are a vegetarian, easy is the soybean flour, right? Soybean seeds, right? If you are non-vegetarian, eggs, and all the food items. So what will happen is you will have bloating, gas, abdominal discomfort, sometimes diarrhea, maybe loose stools, rumbling stomach, or nausea. Okay, thankfully, lactose intolerance is not known to cause systemic these things. Okay. Now, how do you diagnose? So there are various tests which are difficult to do because so it involves the stool examination and the stool collection and all those things. No. So the easy is you drink milk, you don't feel good. And right? Then you stop drinking milk, you are not having those symptoms. Then again one day you drink milk, you have the same symptom. What is the symptom? Should I test myself? No. Those who are lactose intolerant, they will know that they are having problem. As a general population, you don't need to go every door and check, hey, you have lactose intolerance, let me check. No, not required. Because they are going to continue their milk and tea and coffee, right? So for lactose intolerant people, there are many options. Green tea, black tea without sugar, without milk, coffee without milk, yeah, pizza without cheese, samosa without aloo. Same, many options are there, right? And then all the protein and calcium you can take it from soya seeds, soya flour. Done. Vitamin, you have plenty of options, don't worry. Now, managing, if you are lactose intolerance, then you will need to avoid or reduce your lactose intake. Now, certain lactose which you consume from your cake, it is going to be very low dose. But those who are lactose intolerant, they will not like the smell actually. They will experience the smell of the milk in the cake, right? And they are going to avoid it. Plus, if you eat it half size, you are able to digest it. If you eat it one portion, you are not able to digest it. So you know your dose, right? You know your food items. Now the question is, can I have curd? Good question. So what is the problem? Problem is the lactose sugar. So when you have lactobacillus acidophilus, microbial flora, yeast going into the milk, and that's what make it a curd. So this yeast transforms lactose. It breaks down lactose, right? So the curd will have minimum lactose or no lactose or a minimum lactose. So you may tolerate the curd, but you may not tolerate the milk. And if curd is also giving you trouble, the best is diluted 1 by 1. So dilute with 1:1 ratio of water. Easy. I am lactose intolerant, very high level, very significant. I cannot eat cake also, so but I can tolerate curd. Yeah. So, and I have done the research, lot of research on this topic. So I can authoritatively tell you that you can eat curd if you are lactose intolerant. And I am also same authority telling you, do not go shift to your almond milk or camel milk or some other milk. Yeah, they are hideous, tasteless, useless, no nutrition, plus very costly. Okay? If you must drink your coffee or ice cream or something else, then lactose free milk is always available. Now you also need to identify what is your threshold level. So you may tolerate your tea because you drink very small tea like a normal human being. But if you are a monster who drinks half-liter tea at one time, then you may not tolerate. So you need to understand the dose. Okay. So number one is dose understanding. Number two is avoiding the lactose. Number three is avoiding the lactose when you are going for some function or exam or something else. Other time you can keep on moaning and groaning, not feeling good. That is okay when you are at home. And trying to substitute your milk with the lactose-free milk. Don't tell you, I am very against of telling people to substitute your cow's milk with soya milk and almond milk. Okay? Because utility is not the same. Benefit is not the same. Price is not the same. Now there are always lactose free and low lactose alternatives available. So just to mention the sake, for the namesake, I have given the list: almond, soya, and lactose free and all those. But my favorite is the lactose free milk. Yeah, the same taste, almost same benefit, and price also almost same, right? Because that matters. Now. There is very interesting. Okay, so you are lactose intolerant. One of your family member is not lactose intolerant. Okay, now today just for fun you make coffee with lactose free milk. You are going to love this coffee. Yeah, but this person who is normal, they will experience some bitterness in this coffee, in this milk. So the problem with lactose free milk is, what is lactose? Lactose is the sugar. So when you remove the sugar out of the milk, it will little bit taste bitter. But this bitterness is less bitter as compared to your black coffee and black tea. So if you are habituated to black coffee, if you are already married, you are habituated to bitterness, means swallowing your bitterness, then you can drink that lactose free milk. Now, most of the cheese, there is another interesting. Curd is one question. Can I eat curd? Yes, you can safely eat curd because lactose is utilized by lactobacillus acidophilus. Can I eat cheese? Yes. Most of the cheese, the lactose is gone, utilized during the process. Okay, fermentation. Can I butter? Yes, because butter you are not drinking so much. You are probably applying it someplace. The dose is less, and the lactose also is less in that. What is other food you are worried about? Can I eat cake? Yes. You eat 1/2 kg cake today and then decide whether you are feeling good or abnormal. So if you are not feeling good, next day you eat half kg, half means 250 gram. Still not good, then one pastry. Still not good, then half pastry. Yeah, you are feeling good. So that is your dose of cake. This is something, cake is problematic for people who are gluten intolerant actually. Lactose intolerance is less. Okay, Bhavna is asking, is there anything other component in the milk which is causing me lactose intolerance other than lactose? No, dear. So, in the those per se, the definition of lactose intolerant, yeah, the name of the disease itself, condition, it's lactose intolerance. So, we are talking about the people who are not able to digest lactose because lactase, the enzyme is less in the intestine. Okay. Now, is there any other component in the milk which I am allergic to? We don't know. How should you know if you are having problems, right? So lactose intolerant people will have problem related to their intestine only, right? Gases, bloating, uneasiness, all those things. But someone who has allergy to some other product, some other component, some other protein, they will have systemic problem. Maybe patches, urticaria, itchiness, rashes, all those things, right? It can happen because of many things. Don't blame your milk only for that. Yeah? It can be because of your husband also, or mother-in-law, most common. Yeah? So, gluten intolerant person eat refined wheat. This is a very good question. Yeah? I like it. Madhavita is asking, can gluten sensitive, gluten intolerant person eat refined wheat? So you need to go back to the concept, though it is not a part of the chapter, but I am very much interested in this. So the gluten is a big protein which is present in the wheat flour, and sadly it is present in the whole wheat flour. When you refine it properly and make it a maida, so this gluten is minimum now. So what is the translation? Someone who is gluten intolerant may digest this maida. Oh wow, I love it, I like it. But sir, maida is not safe for health. Yeah, who cares about that? When you are gluten intolerant, you want to eat anything and everything, yeah. You want to eat back your old food, right? So you are ready to at least compromise on maida then. Okay. So you got your answer. So refined wheat maida may have less gluten because gluten is a bigger molecule. Okay, but it is not gluten free. Don't fool yourself. Okay. Now there are certain cereals which are gluten free. You should eat that. Bajra, jawar, rice, most of the legumes, yeah, all the dals, then ragi. Oat is not a gluten free, huh? Don't fool yourself. What else? So I'm someone who is lactose intolerant and gluten intolerant also. So I'm on lactose free, gluten free diet. So many things and most of the things are gone from the life. Plus health conscious, so cannot eat maida also. Sad. This story is a sad story. More sadder than you know what example I'm going to. Yes, your marriage. Yes, not mine. So, okay, can I eat ghee? Yes, you can eat because it has negligible lactose. Okay, then the best part is a black tea, green tea, coffee without milk. Now, some people are like, can I take green coffee? I don't know what is that. You have watched some TikTok or YouTube or something. They are trying to sell some cow dung under the name of green coffee. So you are buying it. So every coffee which comes from the tree is the green. Then they process it, roast it, and do that. Then it becomes black, my dear. And this black coffee itself, after roasting, is so bitter. Are you going to survive that green coffee? Seriously. And what is the health advantage? And black coffee is also lactose free, and this green coffee is also lactose free, dear. So don't waste your money and life. You don't know where you will land up. It can be ICU also after eating green coffee. At ha. So by mistake you have eaten lactose. Yeah, some food item, or you were so much tempted, or someone force feed you. I don't know how you cannot, how someone can force feed you, but and you mistakenly ate some lactose food. Now you're not feeling comfortable. What will you do? The easiest solution is to take some tablet which has lactase in it. Yeah, that is the easiest solution. I tried, I'm not able to find it yet. I don't know why they are not making a lactase tablet. Yeah, every time I drink my tea and coffee and everything and then take one lactase tablet. That's the best part. I don't know why this is not available. But the solution is the charcoal tablets, right? So these charcoal tablets, they absorb the lactose or any food whatever you have eaten. That works for gluten also, that works for spices also, chilies also, right? But one tablet is not sufficient. You will need to take 10 or 20 tablets, charcoal tablets. That dose is a little high, but at least okay, you will recover early. Then the time your system will remove the lactose from your body, yeah, through the passage of food. So that itself will help you. Number one, you identify what is your threshold. Okay, so always maintain your threshold, do not cross it. Number two, shift to lactose free milk. Lactose free milk will be plant based all milks. My favorite is the coconut milk. Low cost, awesome taste. Most of the food items which you can make with the cow's milk, you can make with coconut milk. Then the lactose free milk, ready made Amul. Minimum cost. I mean, minimum cost difference. Okay. Then uh, there is a list of food choices to avoid and food choices to include, or you can safely include. So there is a huge list and the substitutes which uh, you can substitute with. Okay, you will read in the book. My stamina is gone actually. Any questions? Anyone has? So we meet next Sunday. If you wish to talk to me for any reason, please drop me a WhatsApp Monday to Friday, 1 to 5 p.m. and I will talk to you. Exam, old batch they have August exam, the medium batch they have Feb exam, and then next we'll have August exam, right? Okay, have a great time. Today everyone is going to order their Domino's pizza and the Indian burger for their children because they watched today's video, how to win off your child. It's the best winning tactics. Have a great time. Bye.